Hi all, today we'll discuss about Airbnb interview questions. So mostly in that interview they ask some of the programmatical questions. So I collected five of the question which is asked in Airbnb interview questions. So there mostly they ask lead code. There we have to write a program and run this code. So the first question, whatever he asked, this is the first question. Like we have a cheapest flight within K scope. So they have given one scenario for the lead code, and in that they told we have to develop how we have to write the program and what are the executions we need to follow. So this code will be executed. So directly you can go through this lead code. There if he says this cheapest flight within K scope K stops. So there is a scenario which will be given. This is the scenario, and these all are the diagram. And after that we have a input, and then we have output. And this is the example 2. We'll have input and output. And this is the example 3. We'll have a input and output. And this constant has been given. So like this constant which will be filtered, and according to that we need to write a Java program. So here you have to select this options, whatever the programmatical things you have, and then after that you have to write this. So this is the first questions. I collected five questions here related for this Airbnb project. So mostly they ask, and this is the first question where they have given the scenario. There are n cities connected by the sum numbers of the flight. You are giving an array flight where flight array I from 2 and price. So indicate that there is a flight from city from to city 2 and the cost price. So you are also have a given three numbers SRC, DST and K. Return the cheapest price from the SRC and DST with at most K stop if there is no such route return minus. Like that this scenario has been given. According to that we need to write a program. So already we have written this program. If you will write here you can write it, but I have given this program. Based on this program I have this solution which I have written in this based on the Java. So how you will write this scenario? So this is the options, like how you will create a cheapest flight, and then after that you have write one integer output with max, and then we'll create a method. Inside that method we have to write, and then we have to process this scenario which has been given by this. And then after that what you have to do, again we have created one method, and then after that we have a node, and then we have this one, this cheapest price, effective efficient, and then we have these things we have to declare inside numbers int and src dst and k which has been given here, and then we have to do this one. So like that, if you want these solutions directly you can take a reference here and then try to compile this. But this is the first question which is asked by this uh, Airbnb. And the second question was asked by the this one. So this is the like given an an array tree of list of node, and then each nodes have a unique value. So how you will create to find this unique find and return its root. So this is the nodes they have given, and in that we have a list node children equal to new array list, and after that node we have a integer value, and then this third integer value equal to this, find and return this root. So this is the example which has been given, and according to that we need to write the scenario of program execution. So how you will write this program details and what will be the outputs and all. So how here this is the things we have collected here. So for the node purpose, how we will do that, because we haven't got these answers in lead code, that's the reference I got, but that we have already created one programmatical questions answers for this. So this way we can create a root node, and inside that we have to create the static integer method. Inside that we have a loop. For each loop we will create, and then we will do this like check the all the child node and root node, and then we'll do that one. So if we run this program, this the same output will become. And the second questions was this one, as far from land as possible. So they have given some of an end-to-end grid containing numbers of value like a 0, 1, where 0 represent water and 1 represent land. Find the cell such as distance to the nearest land cell is maximize and return the distance. If no land or water exist in this grid, return minus. So this is the scenario has been given for this. So these all are the questions whatever they ask. All questions was on lead code. So only these questions I haven't got proper details in that, but most of the questions I got in lead code. So there you can check the questions, what is the exact questions, because I know about this some of the reference, and then I search in lead code. According to that, I try to answer these questions. So this is the example which has been given. We have an example, input and output, and explanation is there, and this constant has given. And for that we have already written the solution here. If you want, you can take a reference for this solution, and this you have to take as a reference and run this program in here. So once you run this program, you need to log in or sign up for this lead code, then only you will be able to run here. Else you can go for the online compiler, there you can do that also will be there. So here we have a like this find land point. So how you will create a class, and then we have a static method we have declared. Inside that we have mentioned some integer, and then we can check this conditions, and after that we created one again methods, and then inside that we have written this all things concept, like what all are the line type will have a left, right, top, bottom scenario. And then again we have created this methods, and that we checked is unvisited node present or not, like that. And then this is the output which will become. So we need to check the complexity and all, like how much time complexity, space complexities and all. So mostly will be preferable all this data structures concepts and all will be there, and collection framework things will be covered in this programmatical questions. So this is the third question which is asked by the Airbnb project. And the third question, fourth question, what we have seen in this minimum, this is the minimum window substring. So they given one of the string related for this. That also we seen in this lead code. The directly is coming from this there only. So they have a input, that is input is given by this one, and this output we have a BANC. An explanation like the minimum window substring BANC include A, B, C from this T string T. So this is the scenario which has been given. If you'll go through this one, then there we have a given two numbers, given two string S and T length M and N respectively. Return the maximum window substring such as S, such as every characters in T. So including duplicate in window, there is no substring, return the empty string. So if you will go here, so this is examples has given, and constant also they given. So these all are the constant will be there, like M equal to S dot length, N equal to T dot length. So 1 is less than equal to M comma N less than 10 to power 5, and S and T consist upper and lower English letter. So according to that, we need to write here some questions, answers with the program. What will be the program, and how you are executing, what will be the extent outputs, and what are the time complexity, space complexities and all will be there. So how you will do that? So for that we have a this already we have written this one. So this is the way where this is the options which need to be create and find it the value. So if you want to run this program, you can go through this and then put it here, and then check the exact scenario based on the scenario what we have written inside that. And after that, direct logged in or sign up with this lead code, and directly you can run here, because we got the same code here. And last project, last questions which I have seen in this one, Wiggle subsequence. So how you will find this Wiggle subsequence? So is a sequence that difference between successive number strictly alternate between positive and negative. So first difference, if one is may be either positive or negative. So subsequence is the one of the element of subsequence with two non-equals element are like this. So what will happen, like if you are trying to solve this problem, first you have to check what is legal subsequence, when to use, and what are the things are there. So for that they have given these scenarios, and after that we have a example 1 2 3, and then constant. So this constant we have a given. According to that we need to write a program. So a lead code we don't have write a solution. So if you want you can create, because the same question has been asked by the interviewer. So I gone through this lead code and I seen the same question was there in lead code. So I taken this code, and after that I try to solve this. I taken these examples and I try to solve this. So these are the examples of solutions which is for this one, like Wiggle subsequence programmatical scenario. So for this we created a class. Inside that we have a multiple uh, attributes, variables we declare, that is a static, and after that we have created a method is integer type num, and then after that these all are the scenario we checked, and then we check the conditions, and then we have a private calculate legal length. So this will be check the current index and by direction up, and then we have to open this recursion. So like that we can solve all program. So the first question was related for this one. This is the first question which is asked by this, and then second question was this one, and then third question is this one, uh, and the fourth question is this one, and the fifth question was this one. So these all fifth question has been asked, and if you will be able to solve these all questions, or out of fifth two or three questions, then they will select for the first round. Else there will be some rejection round will be happen, like rejections will be happen. So depends on this. We need to prepare for this lead code. Mostly they are all the interviewers, and is like product based company interview will be considered lead code, hacker rank and all. So if you'll practice these all, then mostly you will crack uh, the product based interview questions. CPN I'm also trying for this all. So we need to do this one, but I have solved this all. So if you want, you can take a reference for this, but not much. There will be some maybe minor mistakes and all will be there that you can solve, and else you can take a reference from this Google, where maybe many of the people are also solve this program, so that you will get some idea in that. Yeah, so that's it from this. So these all are the questions which asked for the interview. Thank you.